Buccaneer fans are devastated learning about a new major injury coming in, but also there's another injury update that is a little more encouraging, but that player will not be playing this Sunday against the Dolphins. So it's going to be like, okay, how helpful is this? What reinforcements do we have? And will it even matter? Will the injuries even have a factor in this, considering the Bucs have gotten healthier over the season, and yet they've been losing all of these games? I'm Sebastian, the Buccaneers Digest. Welcome back, everybody. Merry Christmas to everyone who had a great Christmas, hopefully. Got to watch some football yesterday, just some sports, hang out with the fam. Hope everyone got just a nice time that they wanted with their family. But here we are talking about football again post Christmas, and crucial week for the Buccaneers. Needless to say, they have basically a do or die situation going up against the Dolphins. They are favored in this game, and it is in Miami. We'll see how it goes. We'll be facing Quinn Ewers. So that'll be interesting as well. I really don't know what to expect, but can't. It's hard to be optimistic right now when the Bucs have just been losing. They have 3 games in a row that they've lost twice now in the past 7 weeks. So not the best vibes going in. Obviously, Todd is looking a bit dejected, but we're gonna just talk about the injury report here and kind of break down what's going on with the offense. How is there any hope, and all that good stuff. So make sure to subscribe. We're trying to make our way to 3,500 subscribers, or 3,100 right now. We're getting pretty close, only 20 away from 3,100. So if you could hit the like, share, and subscribe, that would mean a lot. But let's just jump right into this. So the big news is that Todd Bowles confirmed that Tristan Wirfs, Anthony Nelson, and Calijah Kancey are out for Sunday's game at Miami. Benjamin Chukuma will start at left tackle for Tristan Wirfs. Tristan is dealing with a toe injury right now, so he might be able to return for the Panthers game. We will see as things progress, but obviously huge loss, needless to say about him. But Calijah Kancey's a big name there because people are like, whoa, wait, we're like, I didn't know even Calijah was practicing. He is practicing. He has his 21-day practice window is now open for him, so he's back. And he will not be playing, obviously, this Sunday. But it seems like, given the dire situation where the Bucs were initially planning to bring him back for the playoffs, now that the playoffs are very much in doubt, the Bucs are kind of trying to bring him back, at least for the last game of the regular season, which very well could be for the division, for the playoffs. Like, listen, the Panthers, they're facing the Seahawks. If they manage to beat the Seahawks, they deserve to be in, considering the Seahawks are right now the 1 seed in the NFC, I believe. But, if they lose and the Bucs win against Miami, then yeah, Week 18 will be all for all the marbles, which we're no stranger to. But it'd be nice to have Kancey out there, and hopefully Wirfs and Nelson. But we'll see how all of those are the big injuries that are being listed. All of those guys will not be playing against Miami. Hopefully we will not need them. Matt Matera from Pewter Report, just talking about Kancey and the impact he has. He said, when healthy, Kancey brings traits that few defensive tackles in the league can, which is an explosive interior pass rush. His first step is elite. His leverage is difficult to handle, and his ability to penetrate ruins blocking schemes before they can fully develop. The Bucs defensive front has battled admirably, but without Kancey, it has lacked the consistent interior disruptor who can collapse the pocket without relying on blitzes. Opponents focus on Vita Vea, and nobody has been able to step up enough to replace Kancey's production. Todd Bowles' defense thrives when pressure comes from unexpected places, and Kancey is tailor-made for that role. So it's to have him back in that rotation, I don't think he'll be back to like full strength or anything, but to have him there alongside Vita would be nothing short of really, really great, I would say. Listen, it's been a long season. The injuries have piled up in all kinds of places, defensively, mostly offensively, I'd say. Tristan has been on and off the field for the season, but it feels like that really hasn't been an indicator of whether we'll win or not. It feels like when we're less healthy, we win games. Like at the beginning of the season, most of our O-line we beat the Texans, the best defense in the NFL right now. We beat them at their place when we basically had no offensive line. Baker was playing out of his mind. Grizzard seemed like he couldn't do any wrong. Just a really crazy bit of circumstance there. We were missing Mike. We were, no, we had Mike for the Texans game. We were missing J-Mac. We were missing Godwin, and Agbuko looked like the offensive rookie of the year runaway. Now I don't even know if he's in consideration anymore because they can't get the ball to him, and they're, you've heard it ad nauseum, but the vibes are off, the connections are off. the feel for the game is off. It feels like just the play calls look like they don't know what they're doing. They don't understand the feel of the game, when to call things situationally, or how to surprise people. I mean, you have the best receiver room in the league, and it feels like we have no clue how to use them. I mean, can you imagine how Liam Cohen would be utilizing all four of these guys right now? It's disgusting to think about. But it is what it is. Hindsight's 2020. And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, you should have elevated Liam Cohen." We're past all that. If you keep looking in the rearview mirror, you can't move forward. And so listen. It is what it is. He's on the Jaguars now. They're playing well, and the Bucs now they need to make a big move. This is a coaches league. I firmly believe that, and a quarterbacks league for the most part, but mostly a coaches league. You just see how much the right coach can transform a franchise. Like he goes Liam goes to the Jaguars, completely flips around their fortunes, and they're a contender this season, which is just wild to say in his first year with the team. But it's happened. It happens sometimes. John Gruden's first year with the Buccaneers, we won the Super Bowl. So it's you just got to get the right guy in the office, and that's why everyone kind of wants Todd Bowles out, because it feels like even if we sneak into the playoffs, we're probably going to be a first round exit. And if we get lucky to get to the divisional round, but not much further than that. So, listen, I want to be optimistic, and I still want the division title. A lot of people prefer a better draft pick, all that nonsense. That's losing culture, in my opinion. I'm always going to want to win until the wheels fall off. And also, it's important to recognize, guys, we might be watching, like the last season of Lavonte David. We might be watching one of the last seasons of Mike Evans. Don't you want to see as many games as possible with these guys playing? I mean, that's just my mindset. It's it's sad when the Bucs lose, but it's not miserable football, not yet, to watch, where it's like they can't do anything offensively. There's a lot of frustrations, don't get me wrong, but there's still plays to be made. There's still excitement going on in these games, and I just like football. I like watching the Buccaneers play, and that's just how I feel about these guys. And I'm excited to see Kancey come back and see maybe the difference just in pass rush, if there is a difference. I mean, I know Kancey won't be 100%, but I want to see how that operates. I want to see Chukuma get another chance at left tackle. Obviously, I mean, that's what will be happening on Sunday. Obviously, Tristan, best left tackle in the league. He got another Pro Bowl selection along with Antoine Winfield, but we're not going to have him, so that allows the other guy to step up. I think that getting your backup tackle experience is never a bad thing. Tristan is irreplaceable, but there's always the next man up mentality. We said that earlier in the year. That was working for a while until now. It's not really, but Tristan had that great play where he caught a touchdown. Anyway, but Baker is also a big story here because he has really fallen off. Honestly, since week 8, I mean, here, let me pull up the graphic. It's been nothing short of disastrous. There's a tweet here that says, remember when Baker was an MVP candidate earlier in the season? He's been a bottom 3 quarterback since week 8. Only J.J. McCarthy and Sanders rank worse, which is wild to even think about. So anyway, I mean, this graph it's a tough look. Weird to see like Mac Jones and Brock Purdy all the way at the top, but whatever. I mean, some of these stats are not always the most reliable, but regardless, we've all seen it. Mayfield's playing does not pass the eye test, and it seems like things have regressed quite a bit. I don't agree with the thing that people are saying about Mayfield needing to prove himself in the third year. I'd rather lock him up and not deal with contract negotiations if he plays really well in his third year and last year of his current contract. But we'll see, man. It's just being on the QB carousel is very sucky, and it just feels like this season isn't on him really. I mean, we saw what he was like with Cohen. When he has the right play caller, anything's possible. And then Josh Gazard, speaking of play callers, said, you can't get too happy in this league, especially when you're going against premier interior defensive linemen. There's a balance that you must play in that game of how much you can throw it and how much you can run it. It's really every week on do we want to exploit a matchup on the perimeter like we did versus Atlanta versus a backup corner? Not doing that too much because you can't just drop back all the time. I think we saw that happen a little bit in Detroit. I learned a lesson on that one in terms of just doing it too much. There's a balance. We've got a ton of playmakers on the perimeter as well as running backs and tight ends. Ultimately, we've got to be able to get them all the ball. There is obviously a balance when it comes to getting the hot hand and or are treating giving the ball to the hot hand and letting him cook to an extent, but that didn't feel like what was going on. Like you have a massive strength in the receiver core, and it was like they were getting blatantly ignored for most of the Panthers game, and that's why we have such criticisms of Grizzard. The play calling is not just vanilla, but in short yard situations, he seems lost. He seems to have no idea how to work around that. Um, and Mayfield's having to use he's like panicking in the pocket. He doesn't trust his protection right now, and it's a bit all over the place. It's just really unfortunate just how things have kind of crumbled and fallen apart in front of us. I'm hoping that they can at least make it to the end of the season in terms of the last game, pushing for the playoffs. I like to see the Bucs in competitive games. I don't want to be rooting for them to lose games or tanking. That's just not who I am. But again, I am curious how people feel about Baker in the comments section. Do you want him to play on his third year of his contract and prove it again? Or would you rather just extend him in the offseason like me? That's where I lie on that conversation. Obviously, Bowles, Grizzard, it would take a lot for them to stick around. It would have to be a massive turnaround. I'm always in favor of that stuff because that means the Buccaneers are succeeding and winning. My faith, though, in that happening is pretty low. My guess is there will be changes in the coaching staff for Tampa coming in a few weeks. Honestly, just depending on how things play out and if the Bucs make the playoffs or not. So, regardless of what happens, there's got a lot of interesting storylines that we're going to be covering here. But in the meantime, we'll be focusing on the Miami game. We will be streaming that on this channel, so be there for that. I'm going to be excited until I can't be. So, Bucs football is always a fun time for me for the most part. Until you lose, then it's a bummer. But we won't worry about that. Let's just move on to Miami. Hope we can get a win, and then hopefully Carolina loses to Seattle. So see how that goes. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about the Tristan injury, the Kancey's potential return, and Baker, Josh Grizzard, all of these subjects. How do you feel with what we talked about? And I'll see what you guys say in the comments. And until the next video, I'll see you guys then. Merry Christmas, by the way.